Now the skill and endurance of some of the UK's toughest martial arts students are put to the test in Fight School.
Morning in China. 10 of Britain's toughest martial artists have come here to Fight School.
Yes, that's better. That's good.
The teachers, or Shifus, will push them to the max. Over the next couple of days, they'll face rigorous challenges. One will be strongest, one will be weakest. The strongest will decide who the weakest must fight, and the loser must leave. 10 have already become 9. Soon there'll be another fight, and 9 will become 8. Last night, Ali was the weakest pupil. The strongest, Danny, nominated her opponent, Andrew. Ali won. Andrew has left the school. At breakfast, she's victorious.
At least I don't smell like you lot.
Braveheart, special nickname.
Losing is not an option. If I was Andrew, I think I'd be quite upset today. I can't really say how he feels, but I should imagine he's feeling quite down.
You have to go.
But, I mean, someone had to go out first, so it's going to be one of us.
It was weird this morning when we all stepped out and there was like 4 boys on the other side. Yeah. I was like, is anyone taking Andrew's pillow? Can I have it?
To be honest with you, I thought Andrew was the strongest competitor. And now that he's gone, I think it's left it quite wide open for anyone to win it. It's not down to size or skill, it's down to who wants it the most.
You could get past his legs and he wasn't good with his hands.
You scored more points. You were faster with your hands, you scored more points.
I hadn't done that well in the challenges, and to be told you're the weakest person before you step in the area, that just makes me think, no, I'm going to prove you all wrong. I'm going to prove everyone standing here wrong. And that's what I did. I gave it my all.
Where's Dom? I hate to be the last guy, but...
Where's Dom?
One pupil's missing breakfast. Don is still in the dormitory.
I just don't feel too good. I've got the trots. So... it hurts. I'm hurting real bad right now, and I just can't go in there. If I go in there and smell that food, I'm just going to puke on everyone. And I know I'm going to get a caning in a minute.
Fight school discipline is strict.
You will be punished. Come on, little warrior!
Get in. Eat your food.
Come on!
Punishment.
That's what I want.
The harsh regime is causing friction.
Yesterday, he was rude and disrespectful. It won't happen again.
She sort of takes over some sort of situations and doesn't let other people, be themselves. She's sort of overriding everyone.
You don't have to eat that one just because it's here. There's a meat one over there.
Oh, okay.
Is that hot, Dom?
Domenica, 29-year-old mother of 4, has appointed herself Fight School mum.
In the morning, she'll always roll up our mats, make our nets and everything for us. She loves being helpful, which can tend to go on.
Did I squat you?
She's one of them people who likes to fuss over others. She doesn't have to do it, but she is a mother, so she tends to get you your water. You're all right, let me rub that in for you.
Cheers.
Meanwhile, in the Fight School Peace Garden, the Grandmaster's training isn't going down well with M.
We just stood there. We had to stand there and shut our eyes for ages.
Keep your spine straight and your body relaxed.
This is Qigong. It concentrates the mind to achieve greater control of the body.
Stop what you're thinking and stop what you are doing.
I could feel myself going, and I thought I was just going to collapse on the floor. And then just at the end, I just felt really sick and decided to go and be sick. That's stupid. I don't know what the challenge is going to be like if that was training for it.
Back in the fight school courtyard is the first challenge. A test used in martial arts schools all over China, like the one where the Grandmaster Simon Lau trained alongside Bruce Lee.
So, you will take your position.
Shifu Nathan demonstrates the horse riding stance, testing strength and determination.
You will hold.
Bowls of water are placed on the pupils' thighs, hands and heads by the other teachers, Shifu's Clive and Becky. Every bowl that drops is a failure to hold the stance correctly. Nothing's improved for Em. And she's not the only one with problems.
You know, though she gave it her effort, her stance was completely wrong. She never got to grasp with it.
Sit.
2.5 minutes, and Danny drops the first bowl. For Alex and Paul, the strain's showing. Em is also still having problems.
Don't move. Shifu Nathan came up to me when he was going, go down. So I kept going down, and I kept standing up and he was going, get down. And so I was getting down, and I was like, oh, I can't do it anymore.
She's first to drop out. Then Domenica goes.
Her body weight was forward when it should be central. Her arms drove forwards. Again, your arms should be out. And also, she really, really did struggle to get the stance low enough to be able to work her thighs properly, like it was working everybody else's.
Susan is next. Then Don. Just Alex and Paul are left.
It's all in your mind.
There's 2 people out there who actually performed to the max.
They hit the wall and they took it the other side.
Exactly.
They went well out their comfort zone, and that's what takes you to becoming a superior martial artist.
Good man, good man. Take your time, take your time, take your time.
It's been 4.5 minutes in searing heat.
Okay?
Alex has to be carried off by Shifu Clive.
Alex, fantastic effort. His stance was incredibly deep. So deep, I had to keep saying to him, lift your stance, lift your stance.
He stuck to the stance.
Yeah.
He was just there. He was just glued. What can I say about him? He was fantastic.
Stand up. Stand up.
Paul lasts 30 seconds longer.
Pay respect to the Grandmaster.
Come on.
Paul, he stayed there. He was stuck, and he stayed there. When the ball went on his shoulder, he just stood there with him. You know, he's sitting in the stance, firm, strong, and he stayed. So what do we say is the weakest? Domi?
Domi's the weakest?
Definitely. Domi, definitely. Strongest? I'm going to give it to Alex. I think Alex went the distance. Gallant effort.
Okay, I think we can all agree on that then. Yeah.
The challenge is an excuse for Domenica to be mum again. This time to Alex.
Domenica is the mother hen of the group.
Can you unzip me?
Because you woke up at 5.
Yeah.
Go on, Sue. I've cut it up. There's no head on this. It's just a piece of fish.
She's called to see the Grand Master.
Making choice is the most powerful things that you do in your life. Harmony comes from sharing who you are, letting others share who they are, and learning how to do that together.
Back in the dormitory, Domenica reflects on the Grand Master's words.
I thought maybe he thinks I'm sharing myself like too much and not letting you make enough choices. So sort of be too sort of overwhelming, too mumsy or whatever, or too bossy, and I don't see it. My gut feeling is that it's a good thing, you know, that it's, you know, because I do feel that I don't feel I'm being too mumsy-ish. I do miss my family, and I am glad that you let me mum you. Oh. Group hug. If I go, you know, if I'm getting too overwhelming, you can say, you know, we need to do some things for ourselves, or you don't need to do that, you know. That's my
After the break, the girls work out Don's big secret.
And then I was looking at him and she's got the same eyes. I'm surprised he hasn't said, actually.
More tough tests. The pupils aren't trying hard enough.
Strike it! You don't need a pad like that, do you?
And what's on the menu for dinner?
That is a beard's head and a beard's claw.
I had a bit of a Sherlock Holmes moment the other day.
Em has discovered a secret.
You know that Don's second name is Class? Yeah. You know Hearsay? Yeah. Well, I was just thinking before... Me and Ali were sat together in the dorm and I was watching Don through the window and I was looking at him. I was thinking, oh, his surname's Class. And I was like, oh, Mylene from Hearsay's surname's Class. And then I was like, they look quite similar. They've got the same eyes and everything.
Don's sister Mylene was a member of Hearsay, the first group created by the TV series Pop Stars.
Did you ever watch Pop Stars? Yeah. I remember Mylene was playing the piano and her second name is Class as well. She was playing the piano and her brother was in the room.
You've made it to the final 5.
He didn't once come up to us and say anything about, you know, his sister or anything, and that is so modest of him and humble of him not to brag or anything.
Then again, maybe Don just doesn't want anyone to know. 3 in the afternoon. The pupils have already been training hard for 10 hours, and there's no let-up from Shifu Becky.
If I have to tell you guys one more time to dress yourself properly when you're in your uniform, I'm going to get very upset. I don't mind it when you're relaxing around, but when you present yourself in front of the class, then you should be dressed properly. Okay, bow in, please. The next exercise is going to relate to the Shaolin poles.
Shaolin poles. They date back to the dawn of martial arts and have become a vital training tool for Shaolin monks. Each one is a different height. They're used to test agility and aim.
This is all we've got here to use to practice. Just move across, get used to it. It's not as easy as it looks.
For this challenge, the poles have added complications.
One by one, when given the order, you will come to this corner. You will negotiate your way across the poles.
The pupils must work out the best route across the poles, touching those with the black tops, but nothing else.
To make the exercise more difficult, we will be using the bags. This is for your visual awareness. Be very, very careful not to be struck by the bags.